Hey slots enthusiasts, do you avoid playing slot machines showing a win? First, stop doing that. Second, it's a clue for combining winning slot strategies. That's coming up. Hi, my name is John Friedel. Welcome to Professor Slots, a channel that's all about mastering casino slots so you can win your way to success. If you've ever walked into a casino, looked around and wondered what's going on with slots and more, I can help. I'm not trying to turn you into a full-time high-limit slot machine gambler. Not at all. But some winning slot strategies become truly optimized on high-limit slots. Why? Because winning means only a few bets on $1, $5, or greater high-limit slot machines. Let's get into it. I noticed a pattern at a medium-sized casino. I saw that I would win once when I first sat down, but not win again for some time. This winning pattern is my so-called 5-pull approach, or more officially, my Slots Winning Strategy 1, only win immediately. The card link above will take you to that YouTube video. For those who haven't seen that video yet, this strategy takes advantage of a standard business practice found at many casinos, where they provide an initial winning taste. My 5-pull method takes the taste offered within the first 5 bets, then has the player immediately move on to the next machine to collect its taste, and so forth. What I'm emphasizing now is that it's a great approach for playing slots cheaply in a high-limit slots room. For me, this was an expensive lesson to learn because I kept playing after that initial taste. Only months afterward would I look back through my gambling notes and realized how rare it was that I'd win anything after that first taste. As an aside, don't worry too much about all the money I spent learning my 5-pull method. Unbeknownst to me at the time, each $100 spent over 3 months earned me another entry for the drawing of a car, which I ended up winning, but that's a story for another time. As a second aside, the money I was spending was significant slots winnings from another local casino where I was using next week's Slots Winning Strategy number 7. Combining winning strategies isn't always easy, but sometimes they fit together nicely. I know I haven't yet published a video about Slots Winning Strategy number 7, but you can find my article with my full explanation of it on my Professor Slots website under Strategies. In any case, my strategies number 1 and number 7 combine into a single powerful approach. Basically, I'd use strategy number 7 to play each candidate slot machine up to 5 times. According to my gambling record notes, my annual return for this combination of 2 strategies, a stratagem, resulted in 150% profit over my original bankroll. I have found this combination of winning strategies to be the cheapest approach yet to slot machine gambling, while resulting in the highest profit margin. Using it at my local casino required only $500 per visit and gave a profit of $250 on most, although not all, without a taxable jackpot. To be clear, that's walking in with $500 and often leaving with $750. But this was taking place on high-limit slot machines, on which taxable jackpots are common. When I won a taxable jackpot, my profit was far more than $250 over what I'd arrived with, and it certainly covered losses from the few visits where I didn't make a profit. As I'm sure you understand, a single $4,000 taxable jackpot pays for many visits. By using these strategies, yet another approach grew out of them. It's easy, simple, and quite inexpensive, and it's completely counterintuitive to what most slots players will tell you to do. But because they feel this way is the reason why it works. Slots players will tell you it is essential to check the machine's last play. If it shows a winner, then in general they say skip that machine. Don't play it, is the general advice. I say phooey. That's proof it's a winning machine. Play it. But this misunderstanding of avoiding a winning machine comes from not knowing the concepts of statistics. We have come to a fork in the road. When you come upon a slot machine showing a win, you have a difficult decision to make on how to proceed. The myth says avoid playing it. My general advice is play it because the win is excellent evidence of high odds. Then there's the third choice we'll be proceeding with here, using strategy number 6. There's more going on here than a machine which might have high odds of winning. We can use this misunderstanding of the basic concepts of statistics to win jackpots. Because of a myth, a slot machine showing a win has been idle, possibly for a long time if it's a large jackpot. Let's use that to win. I haven't given this tip a strategy number. Call it a best practice when playing slots, if you will. If a slot machine is showing a win, bet once. However, ignoring other considerations, this best practice says to avoid that machine if played recently. For this strategy to work, a slot machine showing a win needs to have been idle for some time. For example, is the chair moved back from the machine? If so, someone played it recently. Why does this work? Casinos that set up their slot machines to offer an initial taste sometimes add another business practice on top of that first taste-based standard business practice. This second business practice can create a quick initial win on idle slot machines if we know what to look for. One loose end with using this strategy is the question of how long does a slot machine need to be idle for it to turn into a winning slot machine via this best practice. The honest and straightforward answer? In general, I don't know. I know what it is for my casino because I figured it out, but I don't know what it is for your casino. But you can figure it out just like I did. Consider my observations. I found more slot machines are winners with this strategy if I attend Belterra Park, before it was purchased by Boyd Gaming, on a Saturday morning, especially after a busy Friday night or just before noon on Sundays. That's because these are typically the most extended times when slot machines are idle. But how long does it need to be inactive, you ask? For my casino, it was about 6 hours. That's a long time for a slot machine to be idle, so slow mornings at a casino work best. I'm still piecing clues together on how best to optimize this approach, but another clue comes from my conversation with Eric Rosenthal, a noted influencer in recreational gambling. He said someone he trusts within a slot machine manufacturer told him that slot machines reset whenever they print a voucher. I thought that was interesting. There seems to be 3 similar casino business practices, which, if we can combine them, makes for better odds than any one of them alone. First, find a casino where slot machines give out tastes. Second, play a slot machine showing a win because it's likely been idle the longest. Or, if none are available, after hours of low attendance at the casino. And third, check the machine credit interface area. Was a balance printed out as the last action on the machine? To all this, I've added next week's winning strategy number 7. But the whole point of this powerful combination of strategies is that it doesn't require much money to try out. Not to be too blunt about it, why wouldn't you try out this inexpensive stratagem in the high limits slots area? But carefully, of course. Remember the golden rule. The only money you should bring to a casino is that which you can comfortably afford to lose. If you can't afford, say, a $500 bankroll, then that's no problem at all. You can do the same stratagem on low-limit slot machines. A $100 bankroll would be more than enough on a $1 denomination slot machine, or $25 on a quarter machine for that matter. I'll see you next time. Comment below if you play slot machines showing a win. Stick around for more of my winning strategies. Have fun, be safe, and make good choices. Bye.